Now, see, um, Nate from upstate said, "I say it's good to have someone you can do it together." Yes, Nate, and see, that's a man saying this, a man. But you get a lot of women these days saying like, "I don't need no man." How can you? You can be a man and saying that having a significant other works better. You know what I'm saying? So
Crete,
say
something going
I'm
on with
both of y'all team. Why you say that? I wonder why Miss Amelia laughing.
you.
Who got jokes?
All of them, because they know you.
What they say? Maybe his boot thing. Oh boy, it's gotta be me, huh?
It
Okay.
ain't me. Yeah. Not with no name Monica. Definitely. Now you say something with him. Maybe nah. Nope.
So also
That's bad.
so but here's the thing, cuz right now I'm gonna pull this off because I'm gonna have to do it again. I'm talking about the title, but here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. Me and you had this conversation a little bit, right? Where let me send these out. Where uh you were talking about, and I asked you this. I said, cousin, about in reference to the topic, which was who leads the relationship. And you said what? What did you say?
I said most of the relationships I know, um, the woman leads the relationship, even if it's by fake default. Like you letting the man maybe feel like he's leading the relationship, but he actually doesn't because he's
Hmm.
not doing things that we would say a man should lead.
Right.
Paying bills, where you gonna live rent free unless the rent is free and you paid off your mortgage or wherever you live at. Where you
Right.
gonna live without lights, without food, without whatever. So if I got to do all that, then you're not leading. But then people like my cousin say there's no partnership. He's the head, that's it. It's no co-pilot. Like some of y'all say, you can't have two presidents of a country. It's a president and a vice president. Correct?
Right. A partnership is 50-50 or 49, a 49-51, whatever. But there's no partner. No, that's no. So it's a helpmate or a significant other, not
You
the
like the word
partnership.
you like significant other?
Okay, we
Yeah.
got Miss Marla said, "True, sweet Mama G." What was true about what Sweet Mama G said? Shouts out to Darren in the building. What's going on, Darren? And then also Nate from upstate said, "Bills are paid, weed stashes replenishes and replenished, and my Eagles are 3.0. God is good. Mental health is good." See, okay, we got Darren in the building. Say, "Oh Lord," on this topic. Yes. So, and Miss Marla said, "Just joking, Crete." So,
Oh,
but
Lord.
here's my thing. Now, right now, women need to stop that, though. You know what I mean? There was times where, I mean, and this is not all relationships or whatever, where the woman is making more than the man. However, um, when you do that and you're making more than the man. Did he act like that when he was making more than you?
But see, I don't think it's that he made more than he makes less. He probably never made more. You gotta think, even with some of the old school relationship from people 50 years back, that women always had different means of support. They would do domestic stuff. You see women like coming to the Asian night, they were selling Mary Kay, they were doing Avon, every other little stuff to get through to get over the bills. I was having a conversation with several women this week, and they were talking about what's going on, chit chat, little things we do. And it's
Hmm.
like you're frustrated because the men that you have in your household are not acting like men. You're having to find ways in which to come up with your mortgage, all these other bills or things that's happened, and they refuse to do anything extra. They figure, okay, I'm gonna do the bare minimum of almost nothing, but I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna buy what I want. I'm gonna do the one. But I say, you know what? Until a man feels the pinch of that foreclosure notice or that notice on the door for the rent, Them lights, he come in, he think he gonna watch football, and them lights cut off, and you look at the refrigerator, ain't nothing in there but some old stale butter and some hard bagels. Then they'll get off their tail, or they'll move on to the next woman. But I said we so enable a lot of men that they don't know how to be men. Because we don't say put our foot down, and like if you say you want to be the head, be the head. Don't be the head and the jackass at the same time. You're gonna have to pick a side.
Well, Cuzzy, guess what? You just explained a sorry brother. That's what you
There's a whole
explained.
bunch of them out here.
It is, but what you do is make sure you get a good one, and you need to have certain things in place to watch for what kind of brother he is, and if he passed those, then you give him a try. Just do it that way.
Listen,
Then
I love your optimism with that last statement, but it ain't that many of them out there.
I believe you.
And then if they want to lead me to some place I'm not, as a person with a standard, gonna be in.
Okay. So what are you supposed to do? Not have a man? Just don't mess with not just be by yourself.
What I tell you?
I know what you told me. But okay. You want to read Miss Marley?
Oh Lord, my glasses. I can't be two people to lead. It can't be two people to lead a relationship, but I feel it depends on the situation. Is it situational, Crete? Should it be a situation, or the man always supposed to lead?
The man is always supposed to lead.
All right.
Always.
Mr. With this why the 80-20 this is why the 80-20 rule. Yummy Gummy said, man gotta lead, man gotta lead, man gotta lead. Can I get amen?
Right. So let me ask you this. You going into a relationship, right? Does the man, how do you feel as though you're going to lead or he's going to lead?
So we're in a half a century gang. You know,
I know you are, but what am I?
You've been a half a century plus one. So I'm always at my age going to have the mindset I'm going to need to have a backup because of the trust factor. And it's not operating in fear, because I hear Crete Fitness say that out his mouth. I could run the whole show off of old Stan, because my cousin said if he had laryngitis, I could say all the stuff he said before. But it's reality. You see how people operate. You watch them on Facebook. You have conversations. You're like, you gonna have me sitting butt naked and homeless in the wind, fooling around with your junk. And then what I supposed to be? Right there with you? Not doing that. I've done that. I've done that episode of foolishness in my life. Homeless with somebody. Not doing it.
Look at this, y'all. Look at this.
Yummy gummy girl. You know what? I'm gonna say something on behalf of the SMG tribe. I sure hope all this money you sending that people see how wonderful you are and you finally get a t-shirt.
How you doing? Hold on.
Amen.
You gonna give us enough money to build Crete t-shirt factory.
Well, that right there is the leader of the what is that? Super chat, teen super chat leader right there. Thank you so much, Yummy Gummy, for that. Okay, we have a call coming in already, sweet Cuzzy G.
Hey.
Thank you for calling Conversations in Crete with Sweet Mama G. How may we help you?
Yo, it's your man Nate from upstate, DJ Concrete.
What's going on, my brother? How you doing?
Man, I'm just getting through it. Got the bad toothache.
Oh, man.
Accidentally erased my IG account, so I'm not on IG right now.
Wow.
Yeah, but it is what it is, bro. As soon as I jump back on the rebuild, I'll get the same support that I had, because the people that mess with me on there are pretty loyal to me, and I'm pretty loyal to them. So I'm good.
That's dope, and I believe that as well. Yummy Gummy. Oh, okay. Yummy Gummy says somebody got to support you guys. Thank you so much, Yummy Gummy. That's the greatest attitude that a person can have.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And also, Miss Marla said, "Are you rich, Yummy Gummy?" No, what that is true That's family like. That's some family stuff right there. That's family support. And then Yummy Gummy also said these shows cost money and time to produce. Thank you. With the understanding of everything. That's amazing. Maybe one day I gave up. Gave up what, Yummy Gummy, if you don't mind sharing it with us? What did you give up? So and throws money in every week. Yes, I mean, oh no. I'm gonna have a whole rack of shirts for Yummy Gummy. Now, and we owe Miss Wendy a shirt and Miss Christina a shirt.
Miss Amelia, all of them.
Okay, Miss Amelia. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Getting that T-shirt. Definitely got you, Yummy Gummy. We got you. Showing up on the down round. All right. So, but Cuzzy, you know, that's the. I mean, women say that all day long about men. You know, okay, here's the sad part, and we always say this. Who raised these guys?
Some men have both parents.
Okay,
you can't negate the fact, because I mean, so to go back, Uncle lived till you was only what, 13, almost 13, something like that.
Yeah,
so
I was
you
13,
were still a youngin', so you still had that mindset, even though he perished long before you were an adult male,
right?
And you had that mindset. But just because their parent, a certain parent, don't raise you, don't mean you're supposed to do better. It doesn't. You're your own person. You can come from parents who are addicts and be the best person you are, different from them because of whatever their state of mind was. It could be the opposite. They can come from the best families and two-parent families and just have difficulties in their life. It's all in how a person want to better themselves and do better.
So when that happens, what do you think happens?
People do what the hell they want to do.
Well, it's
they
an
talk
influence.
about well, listen, it could be outside influences. You talk about, let's say, people say, I'm a good mother and father, and our child decided to be, a criminal. It's a reflection on us. No, it's a reflection on the child doing what they want to do. You can train up a child, but it's up to them how they're going to use that training. You could do the most for your kids. And
it's a lot of truth to that. It's a lot of truth to that, Cuzzy. But what about the old saying that it starts at home? You see what I'm saying? That's the truth.
It can start at home, but it doesn't have to continue at home. You have people who have been in abusive relationships and they've come out. They're always going to be stained to a part, but it's up to you to get off your hind parts. So I'm going to use the old school word and do what you need to do if you want to be in a relationship. Obviously, if you're not doing better in your relationship, you obviously don't want to be in it.
All right, hold on one second. So we don't get too far away from the comments because they got jokes. Yummy Gummy said hashtag give us our shirts, Crete. And then here go brother-in-law talking about those shirts will say happy street tactics New Year 2025 because that's when you'll get it. And then Yummy Gummy said I had both parents, but I didn't live in a peaceful old school home. I learned the real way from other women in my family.
There you go.
Now, and you say there you go, right? So here's what I was going to say. Most of these young men that are out here that are pookies in this way and that way or whatever were raised by women. Like a lot of women out here that's complaining about it.
Can I say something to you? Although they might be raised by women, they still can have other examples. You don't have to be that way because you keep saying women. A lot of strong women, and your mother continued to raise almost went on your tail after your dad passed away. So don't get it twisted. She should have knocked that black hair off you being smart. But just because your dad passed don't mean you became a strong man. You can't say that. You was in a house full of women. Lord, no.
And you see this?
And you ain't no Pookie.
True, but still.
They punch you in the chest. So where cousin Leslie at? Where's she at?
I'm about to send her
just mothers raising household because you have mothers in the household. People still do what they want to do.
Right.
I had both parents in my household. My parents are still married. And I still do what I want to do. I still do what I want to do.
Okay.
I'm
I
very
mean, and that's true.
bossy.
That's true, Cuzzy. But you know what? Here's my thing. A lot of these guys need that model to see how a man's supposed to work. We had Jesus. They can go to the Bible, right? But then you have your modern day stuff that I really honestly I want no part of the modern day stuff. I'll stay old fashioned until I die. But they need models. They need what do you call them?
Hey, you know what?
Go ahead.
Salute the dudes from back in the day in the neighborhood that was pulling the kids' coats to try to lead them in a better way. Some kids was raised by people on the streets.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah,
So
the
salute those
coaches.
people.
Right. They was
Salute
putting them
those
in
people,
Cub
man.
Scouts, Boy Scouts, a lot of
Right.
team sports of neighborhood.
You know,
What's
the
that stuff
lady at the
called?
lunchroom, the lady in the lunchroom, all that.
Can't say lady because remember, it's supposed to be the ladies raising. You had a lot of strong, even the janitors at the schools. You get more respect from the janitors at the school than to the teachers. It's wild. One of our custodians left. Oh my God, he had a big going away send off, and the kids cried. They made posters and banners. A teacher left. Oh, so bye. You know, okay. So
right.
even down to the custodians, but you know, that's all in who you try to have your kids focus around. And a lot of people back in the day, you can't trust no kid. And I work with children and adults. I'm trying to tell you, it's no way in the world I would let any of these kids be what we used to call latchkey kids, where you had a key around your neck, you went in the house, you locked the door till mama came home from work. No. These kids were burning house. You can't even get them to go from here to there. I said, go over there and get such a. And they paused like, what you tell me go get? I was like,
Miss Marla says some men are soft as well. A lot of them are soft.
Girl,
but when bringing up a young man, that's why he needs a father. But it also depends on what kind of father he has, because his father could be a simp or someone who doesn't want to work or whatever. He can be that. He needs a man in his life. So that's where you, and then sometimes they, like you said, Cuzzy, they veer off to do something else, but you got to bring them back because it's too many influences in this world today that's affecting young men and young women. Look at Sukiana or what's the other girl with the red hair?
Big red, big sexy something red.
Y'all, yes, sexy red. Y'all better reach out and hold these young ladies accountable and tell them to stop acting like that.
Because, no, okay, let's flip it. So don't talk about the women, but you got these men that's wearing
5 minutes, cuz 5 minutes, cuz 5 minutes,
cuz men that's wearing kilts. You got them got fingernail polish on now. You got them hugging on each other. Back in the day,
those are gay people.
But here's the thing, though.
I'm talking about the ones if you talk about social media influence. You talk about those two particular young ladies. It's some of these rich African American or dudes in the entertainment that's hanging on each other. First of all, my cousins, Craig, Daryl, what's your name is? I ain't gonna say your real name, Concrete, and my other older cousins, they won't have no men hanging all around their neck and taking them type of pictures. You too close. I don't even do frontal.
Those men are gay though. Those are gay people you talking about.
Well, just like them, we talk about influence. That is fine if that's what they are. The words of Upstate Nate ain't got nothing to do with Sweet Mama because she didn't say that because I don't need to be sued.
I'm just listening. I'm just saying
but
I'm giving my copyright. But what I'm saying is there are influences on these young men with the pants hanging off the butt tail. They got fingernail polishes. They got all this long hair. So don't say it's the hoochie girls that's influencing. It's also these feminine dudes. They look like they're butts.
But see, here's my thing, cuz you was talking about kilts. We can't go down on kilts like that because kilts, those are the people of Scotland and places like that.
Y'all ain't from no Scotland. Kanye West wasn't no Scotland. He from DC and where was his mama from? I'm talking about
Kanye is just weird.
Exactly.
Kanye is weird.
I'm not talking about the ethnic folk from Scotland and Wales. I'm not talking because we have those down in the where we in the South. We got them folk. I'm talking about the ones that wore the dress. You had Young Thugger had the dress on with the album cover. You had several of them doing. You had Diddy dressing up as I don't know what with the long wig. So don't say it's not people out here that's influencing, because those are the one that I want to be like, because I want a yacht and I want money, so I do what I got to do.
Well, and also, Darren, I sent you a link, Darren, in your email. But let me, Yummy Gummy says, I raised 3 boys along, but I made sure they had male mentors and definitely helped. Well, that definitely helped. I can't teach a boy how to be a man. I'm a woman. Thank you. And there's a lot of women out here that think they can raise up a boy to be a man, and it's just, you can't. And a lot of times, that's why we have so many feminine young men out here. You know what I'm saying? So, and the influence out here is just ridiculous. So, it's crazy. Shouts out, Excel. What's going on?
What's going on?
And we got
what up?
Darren said, do women work full time or a lot of hours because she can get or keep the man she wants?
I don't know what that means. Did she work hours to get?
Yeah, he's saying. So he's probably saying, like, do she work a lot of hours because she's trying to keep the man or whatever? I guess he's just asking that, like she's being a sugar mama or something like that. But what you got to look at is when people, again, and we said this a lot of times, when people love one another, they look for things that they can do all the time for their mate, because they love them. They always looking at, how can I make them happy, or not just make them happy, but provide for them as well. You know,
right? Yeah, they really.
There's nothing wrong with that, but let's make it on both sides. We need to care for each other. It should never be a one-way situation in relationship.
Absolutely.
Well, let me say this, Cuzzy. Did I just say that? No,
I'm not I'm not woofing against you. I'm just saying, it should never be a one-way situation.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't. And
I should love you more than I love myself first. And I think people don't have self-love first. So that's why they get in these relationships, and then they harbor all these feelings against that person.
Say that again, what you just said, cuz. Say that again, what you just said.
I don't know. What does it say?
You just said it backwards. You just said it backwards, but it's all good.
Self-love. She right. I'll back her up.
No, but that's not what she said.
Feelings?
Yeah, no, you said it backwards, but I think you did. But what I'm saying is, you saying you have to have self-love first before you can love somebody else. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I think you said it the other way. But still, the self-love thing, us as men have to watch out for that, especially when you're starting to open yourself up for a relationship. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, me personally, if I was to run into a woman and she keep talking self-love, no. Keep loving yourself. And when you get done with all that, now you start looking for somebody else, because you're going to keep loving yourself too much and don't know how to spread the love. And I know a lot of people are not going to agree with me, but I don't care.
I agree with you. Let me tell you why I agree with you. You can have self-love, but you don't have to constantly put out there. It's about showing that you have self-love. You don't have to say them words all the time. Right. You just showing your actions. We see you. Right. That's good enough. Because what if she was mute or couldn't talk? Then we will see just how she would do it for herself. There's nothing wrong with self-love.
Right.
I try to self-love myself once a week. It's the weekend.
All right now.
Yeah. So anyway, Miss Marla said it takes a village to raise these kids, and it does, and that's what the problem is.
A village to raise some of y'all adults. But some of y'all ain't learned the process of adults.
If you got to try to raise an adult, something's wrong.
Right, but the funny thing about that, though, is that
I got to raise you grown.
That's actually how it's supposed to go. You have elders and villages and stuff like that. Now, most of these guys junkies, or most of these guys, something else, whatever, and they shouldn't be mentoring nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because they need to look at themselves on the things that they have to fix. They can help people on certain things, but a lot of things they can't. They probably need to just be quiet.
Yeah, and no, I agree, but kind of disagree with that.
All right, what you disagree?
Well, I mean, no matter what nobody walk of life, you know what I mean, you can always learn a lesson from people.
That's what I just said, though. I just
No,
said that
no,
though.
I get no. I'm just saying, like when you, because you was like, with them being junkies, like I learned a lot from junkies.
I was
I
going to
learned a
say that.
lot
Me
from,
too.
what I
Me
mean.
too. Yeah, me too.
I don't judge anybody from their past or their present. You know what I mean? Because you can have some kind of knowledge. You can have somewhere I've never been before. There's a lot of things that I'm not experiencing with, and I'm not even want to try to experience. So, like, when you got somebody who's, dealing with like drug addictions real bad and homelessness and all that, like, sometimes you do be like, yo, what got you here? You know what I'm saying? So I don't do it. That's why I don't have no CDS charges on my record, because everybody I saw that was outside doing what they was doing,
Mm-hmm.
even though I was outside doing what I was doing, I didn't do what they did. So
Right.
it's like it's lessons to learn and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and see, it's funny. I learned a lot from junkies or addicts. A lot.
Shit. A lot of my uncles is shit. A lot of my uncles and other family members was in the drugs, and I'm like,
Right.
I learned a lot from them. Like I got a criminal side of my family. I have a collegiate side of the family.
Right.
So it's a melting pot.
Yeah.
Knowledge
Now,
versus street
A
knowledge.
person have
right,
a
and that makes
substance use-
common
this
sense.
person have a substance use disorder don't mean they're not living every day and don't have
Mhm.
their correct
Yeah,
mindset
and
of how
that's
things
not what I
should be.
meant though. That's not what I
No, no,
meant.
no.
With,
I'm just saying. We're
yeah,
just
yeah.
clarifying it for folk on here,
So
so
shout
nobody
out,
feel offended.
major shout out to Dr. Tony Joe Arm. Thank you so much for coming through and visiting us, and maybe
Hey,
you can
girl.
help us out here
Yeah.
as
She's
well. And also shout out.
some G Tribe member.
We gotta know. So, but here it is. Also, I forgot to shout out F. Harris. Thank you for coming through and being a part of the show tonight as well.
Salute.
And then also, Yummy Gummy says,
Wendy.
please
Hey, Miss
remember to
Wendy.
like, share, and subscribe our podcast. Support our hosts through their cash apps or super chat. Yes,
Did we
y'all.
speak to
It
Miss
could
Wendy?
go ahead. Shout
Did
out
we
Miss
speak to Miss
Wendy.
Wendy?
Thank you
Hey,
for coming
girl.
through.
Shout out Miss Wendy.
I'm looking at the what's names. I'm all late, so I'm just
Oh,
trying to
yours
catch
late.
up with him. Miss Amelia said, you keep saying that single mothers are raising these boys. You need to be talking about where the fathers who are not raising their boys. 5 minutes, Miss Amelia.
Nope. She said what I
Now,
probably forget because I was on the other side.
right, but here's what I'm saying, right? The reason why I say that, because ultimately these young men end up with the mothers.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I said
So
it for
that's why I say
years.
that.
These women is great. These women is raising kids, raising boys to be sassy young ladies.
Yes, exactly. And they don't realize there's a very important pivotal point in the upraising of young men where you're going to have to break them. And that's where the father should be there. I have 2 boys myself who are young men now. You see what I'm saying? And when they try you, because they're going to try you, they're going to try you. But when they try you as a woman, y'all going to break them down in the most feminine way. A man breaks them down in a masculine way and brings them back up.
Now, if they was raised in the 70s,
No, I'm saying a woman, I'm telling you, they're going to break them down. And he's going to, trust me. Shouts out to Miss Wendy once again in the building. Living
Shoot,
life with spice.
In this day and age, a lot of these dudes' biggest, at least these young men's biggest problem is their mother.
Mm-hmm. It is. It is. Living life with spice. Continue to share the podcast. Yummy Gummy said feminism ruined the country. It absolutely did. And it's roaming around right now, still ruining. And I mean, here's the thing. It's funny. We're talking about so much with this that I haven't even gotten a chance to really dive into what we're doing. Now, since Yummy Gummy said that, right? Now, do y'all remember the old saying? That old saying of behind every great man, there's a what?
Great woman.
A strong woman.
Sexy woman.
Okay. All right. So guess what?
Great woman.
What we hear a lot of times of women saying that men are so messed up these days. They ain't this, they ain't that, they ain't the heads of the household, they ain't this, right? But guess what? if he isn't a good man, that means he doesn't have a good woman. How you doing? Where's my screeching hold at?
So Crete, how can you say for your life, did you have a great woman behind you as an old man now?
I did. I
don't like that finger.
Sometimes things happen, you know?
Right. And things change.
Oh, brother-in-law said his woman ain't behind him. She beside him.
That's fine.
Is beside brother-in-law.
Okay, that's fine. But when somebody breaking in the door, my baby sister better be behind him.
Yes.
She'll be beside him.
She better have a gap too.
But he already know that. Because one thing for sure, there's nothing questionable about my brother-in-law. I couldn't ask for a better brother-in-law. I couldn't. My brother-in-laws, even my other sister, Leslie's husband, awesome brother-in-laws.
Melvins.
Yes. So I mean, I think, well, it's not, I think, I know they made great choices. You know what I'm saying? So, but Miss Marla said some fathers don't help raise these kids. Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
But it's a model, especially here in America, that the woman most likely ends up with the kids anyway. And sometimes the mother is the cancerous reason why the father's not there.
Well, salute to the dads that are doing their job.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
Salute them dudes.
Absolutely.
They get saluted. Even the ones you got I got one right now that lives in Georgia. When I come down there and visit, he raised his daughter himself. Raised her by herself. I mean, like she see her mom and visit her mom up here in upstate New York. And that's why he comes up here. But she's 14 now. He's right there in Decatur, and she's a star student and everything, bro. So I salute that.
Right. Now
you got some dads out there doing their job. I mean, I ain't never been a father because I ain't never had no kids, but I salute them dudes anyway.
Yeah, man, it's not easy. And then, you know, it's a nonstop job. Like my sons or our kids is
it don't stop
26.
when they become adults.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. 26, 29, and 32. And do you think that it's a cutoff time for that? No, it's not. I mean, I have to be dad for the rest of my life. I have to.
Oh, when they get 18, it's no, it ain't. I'm 50 and I still my mom and daddy and get on my mom nerves.
Absolutely.
When I feel like it. She get on mine, they get on mine. So it doesn't stop.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine, cuz, if your kids had the option to say, when I turn 24, that ain't my mama no more? If it was an expiration date on being parent, no, you got to be a parent the rest of your life.
As long as the expiration date on my wallet. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Yummy Gummy also said, or should I say, the women's right movement. Same thing. Feminist, women's right, whatever. And you want to read Dr. Tony Joe on?
You about to say something, XL? Was you about to say something?
I mean, I was just listening. I could say something, you know.
Oh, no, because you look like you was about to say something.
I mean, just the fact that, like, you know, when they were sitting talking about the fathers is not there for the kids. It's a saying that goes around. It says you can't complain about your baby father because you chose him. You know what I mean? So not necessarily about, you know, there's exceptions to the rule because you do got some dudes out here that are complete and utter assholes. However, you got some women who was chasing them assholes, knew they was assholes, and figured, okay, I'm gonna be with him. He getting money. He outside. So basically, he not worried about inside. Right. So you brought outside inside and thinking it was going to change things. Nah. Because if he's telling you from the beginning, like if he's showing you who he is from the beginning, you're not going to change that. You got dudes that get locked up every other month. It's not changing though.
I know dudes just like that. Huh? Yeah, I know dudes just like that. I know a dude that had a great family. His wife stuck by him and everything. So that's why I'm telling y'all, first of all, I have nothing bad against women. I know y'all think I'll be going in on women, whatever. No, I have my mother, who's a woman. I have 7 sisters who are women. I have my ex-wife, who is a woman. And you know, I don't have anything, but there's a lot of messed up stuff going on, and I'm not blaming it all on them. It's a lot of it is us men. So we need to slow down, get out old-fashioned cookies, and eat the cookie and go back old-fashioned. You want to read Dr. Tony Joe Arm, cuz on the screen?
Most of these guys don't like to work.
That's true. That's true.
Don't like to work.
Well, you have some people.
Get money.
Yeah, you have some people, and I know a lot of people like this. Let's say the starving artist. The starving artist usually don't want to work. If they play the guitar, they will sit in the house and play the guitar until the strings pop because they think they about to make it every day and won't even work. Even if they say, all right, I'm gonna go get a job, they're not focusing on that job. They focusing on those guitar strings. They can't wait to get off. And that's not what's making them money. So
because people don't know the difference between a goal and a dream. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they focus on the dream, but not a goal.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's a part of the, that's a how.
And sometimes even with the goal, you still got to improvise in between. You can't starve yourself to get to your goals.
Oh yeah,
I have goals, but I'm still working every day. I'm working on my goals and I'm working for survival.
Yeah.
Life. People just
but when I'm saying
minds.
When I look at the term of a goal, I look at it like a relay race. Like, you know what I mean? You passing the baton from person to person. So it's like you may have you like they always say do your 3, 5, 10, and 20-year goals. These are things that we don't really work on as much. So, you know what I mean? You should be able to sit down and be like, look, this is what I am going to attain in this period of time. This is what I'm going to attain in this period of time. So when you have people who are talented, they think they could just jump out there and be a billionaire just off of talent alone. I mean, I ain't going front. I'm guilty of certain things too. Like, you know, they always said it's not what you know, it's who you know. I could have a team of people that, you know, I could rely on and build with, but I never did it. I just kept on doing it for myself, thinking, oh man, my skill is going to take me where I need to go. I mean, and to an extent it did, but I could have been a whole lot farther if I would have used those resources. So when you have people that's what they always say, with that old saying, yeah, you sit in the house singing your wouldas and couldas, woulda, coulda, shouldas. But you know, it's a lot of us like that.
There's another one too, Excel, where they say that the shoulda, coulda, woulda, and sometimes they say, you know, if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle.
Yeah, so, basically.
But Miss Wendy said I'm nasty. I don't know why. What happened? What I do? What I do?
Yeah.
What
you was talking about SMG self-love.
I think people don't look realistically in life. I had a question in an interview, where you see yourself in 5 years, and I'm thinking, I want to be retired. I'm older. I'm young. I'm older than these people interviewing me. I don't set a time frame on my goals. I just get it done. A lot of people sit on top of stuff and don't get it done. If I say I'm gonna go to school, and most everybody, well, the panel know me, minus upstate. They know I go to school, I do what I do, I go to work. I don't say, oh, in 5 years I'm gonna do this, in 10 years, because it's not promised.
It's all about having that confidence, though, too. I think, you know,
getting it done. A lot of stuff is going to build for not only your legacy, but to take care of you in the moment. We can't predict 5 years if we even gonna be here. So if you want that to be your accomplishment or your goal, you should be working on that now, not 5 years, and making vision boards of Bugattis and this and that. Do it. Because most of the people doing vision boards ain't getting nowhere near that stuff. Just do it.
Right. Actually, shut up and do it. Yummy Gummy said, my kids said they was having a hard time raising their mother, that she didn't listen. Laugh out loud, laugh out loud. They right. I mean, sometimes it be that way. You know what I'm saying? Miss Wendy also said, you have to create your village before allowing them to access your kids. See, the village take time. The village takes time.
You can't leave your kids with the village. You got to be a part of the village.
And then at the same time, the village of today ain't the village of yesteryear either.
No,
That's
the
true.
village people nowadays, the village people nowadays.
You can't do it like you used to do it when we were growing up, Crete.
Right, you cannot. I mean, you used to could go over Mr. Lester house.
We, because me and you, I presume me and you were kind of like the same generation, so that's why I said that.
Yeah. I mean, we are. Miss Wendy also said most addicts are running from something and have lessons. Yeah, I think she's talking about, we was talking about XL as far as them having, like, I mean, you can learn something from these addicts. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I learned a lot from a lot of them, and I appreciate what I learned. You know what I mean? Shouts out to them. Also, Yummy Gummy also said, I have an uncle that is on felony probation till he is 97 years old, and I learned more from him about what a man should be than anyone else. Yep. And that's how it be. Dr. Tony said, hey, and
that's old.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah. And then F Harris, what's going on? F Harris in the building said, false. A junkie can't do nothing for me but wash my front windshield. Nah, man, the junkies, trust me, you get some knowledge up in there. What's up, big sis? There she go, cuz. Said,
Real
hey,
talk,
bird,
if anybody said they can't get no lesson from a junkie, you ain't been outside.
Yeah, they got a lot of wisdom. Trust me. A lot of people will look past them or look down on them, but I ain't gonna lie to you. And I said this before a long time ago, even on this podcast when we first started, how much I learned from junkies. I'm telling you.
Now, these junkies these days, I don't know.
Use that word.
Yeah, they're a little different.
It's a different breed of junkie nowadays, because most of the junkies is younger than us. Well, most users these days, these abusers these days are younger than us. You have 15, 16-year-olds that don't even have life experience yet.
Yeah, and all that stuff is different now. Dr. Tony Joe Arm say it's that Molly codeine life. Brother-in-law also said, my woman, that's behind me. Okay, yeah, I'm still trying to play catch up. And Miss Marla said, let my man take charge of my son, even though he is not his biological father. Okay, but make sure he's a man that you're going to be with. You know what I'm saying? You don't want Willie Earl whipping your kids, and then now here come Billy Jack, and now he whipping your kids. Brother-in-law said, me and my baby sister have fought together in public.
Your baby sister.
Oh,
your baby sister.
Me and my baby sister.
Well, it's supposed to be your baby sister.
Nah, ain't not me and my. If anything, my baby sister called me and said, "Big brother, somebody messing with me," and I came through.
No, she talking about man just grown with a husband.
Dr. Tony Joe Arm said these women prop these men, and these men just are lazy, and they never do better. That's very true. Very true.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
No, it's true. It's true.
The verbiage is wrong. You can't keep people, like I always say on every show, you can't keep on putting man in the negative. You can say male, you can say dudes. A man is going to do what a man has to do.
Word up.
Now, I agree with that part, because y'all notice a lot of times when I'm talking about, I'll say it's a woman, a female is different than a woman, just like a male is different than a man.
Exactly.
So that's the point. That's the point that Excel was just making, and I agree totally with that. So he was saying, Dr. Tony, that was, if you could have said these males and these male, instead of saying men, because a man is going to handle his business.
I mean, like I said, it's just the verbiage. It's just the verbiage. Like, you know what I mean? Just like when people be talking about niggas versus men, like, things could move in an emotional manner. That's why you got more niggas in this world than you do men, because niggas move emotionally.
Yummy Gummy just made a point. Yummy Gummy just made a point, said, but that man can't teach that little girl how to be a wife. If you got a man trying to teach your little girl how to be a wife, That ain't
You know what?
no.
You know what?
See, but a man can teach his daughter how to be a woman.
Yes.
You don't have to show him how to be a
Oh,
wife. Because if you teach a man, if a
You
man
took
is
it right
teaching
out of
his
my mouth.
wife how
Yeah.
to be a woman, she's going to be a great wife.
Yes.
If he's teaching her how to be a woman.
Right.
yeah, but guess
Absolutely.
what?
And
Here's
she
the
going,
problem. Here's the problem with that. He's going to
What?
mold her into the woman that he wants her to be. You
Not
see what I'm
necessarily
saying?
true. Not true.
Trust
Not
me.
necessarily true.
I had 7 sisters. I have 7 sisters. My father ain't get all in that. There's a balance between the husband and wife. You understand what I'm saying? When a husband get too much in, now he can correct her and say, do this for your man or whatever, but he still, it's a thin line, because again, he could be molding her to be more of what he wants. You see what I'm saying? So it's a thin line, but it needs to be a woman. That's just like the woman has a balance of what she can do for a young man.
All right, you know
No, but what I'm saying is when you're talking about a man raising his daughter, he's not going to pretty much raise. Like, I know a lot of dudes who have daughters that raise their daughters to be respectable women. Cross your legs when you're sitting down. Don't be sitting there with your legs open.
Right.
Stop doing this. Don't do this.
I
That's
haven't heard no
teaching them
man really say
etiquette.
that. That's usually the women. I've never heard that.
Not, but see, that's the thing, because a lot of times the men get overshadowed by the niggas. Like my man, I mean, blessed to my bro Swift. He's a single father raising his daughter. He's showing his daughter everything that she needs to learn as a woman. Even though the mother isn't
From a
right, he
man.
stays with her.
From a man.
And he's
From a man.
showing her this is how to be a respectable woman. He's not
How
teaching
do
her,
you know that?
oh look, because of the actions that he has, the actions that he shows. His daughter wanted to be his daughter wanted to run track. He supports her 120%. She gets
Okay.
good grades. She does everything that she needs to do as a young lady to be a good woman. As an
But
older,
how
and
it's the flip
he's
side.
huh?
How can he raise her to be a woman and he's not a woman? Just like y'all saying,
See,
a woman.
that's why I said
He's not showing her feminine traits. He's showing her woman morals. I have, like I said, like, you ain't got to be out here trying to be a city girl. You ain't got to be
he's talking
Nicki
about the
Minaj.
basics.
You don't have
I
to
get what
do.
he's saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, you showing them what a real man would look for as seeing a woman, and not just something as a play toy.
But Excel, that's what I'm talking about. That man, not Swift, because I know what you're talking about, but will start molding her to the woman that he will want her to be. So it's kind of a thin line. That's why cuz is kind of, because us as men, we only have a certain point we can go to, just like they have a very certain point they can go to when it comes to young men. But
But that's understandable. That's understandable, because we will mold our sons to be the man that we want them to be as well. So it's really no big difference in that.
But we're men.
I can't show her how to sit down and pee, but I can show my son how to stand up and pee. However, there are basic morals in life that you can teach the youth about. You know what I mean? It's things that help them grow as being an adult and having self-respect.
Right.
Yeah.
So okay. So as we move on, right? We had Miss Marla says, some of y'all men, there she go. Get her, Excel, get her. Some of y'all men want to blame the mother.
Some of them talking like that.
Yeah, hold on one second. It says some of y'all men want to blame the mother. Is at fault. Y'all not in y'all kids' lives. First of all, Miss Marla.
That's a whole nother subject.
See, this is why I said that when I start speaking of women or females, that I'm about to stop saying, not all of y'all. I'm going to stop saying it, because you have like this with Miss Marla saying, she did say some of y'all men want to blame mothers at fault. Y'all not in y'all kids' life.
Yeah, we blame some, y'all blame all.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you one thing.
Explanation.
Hey, Marla, do me a favor. While you sitting there, just do like this. Just do like that. Just point. Because there's an old saying, for every time you point your finger, it's 3 pointing back at you. Sometimes you got to look at what you do and find out if it's something that you do to cause people to do certain things. I know a lot of good men that tried to be in their kid's life, and the mother was the problem.
And see, that's what I said earlier. That is so true. And it I mean, we can go on that all the time. These men ain't in life. But guess what? He dealing with a hellraiser. How you supposed to get in his kid's life and he dealing with a hellraiser?
Yeah. How you want? Yeah, absolutely. Like, how can you do that?
Yummy Gummy said, let's get the likes up tonight, everyone. Try to hit that like button.
Wednesday, I'm gonna give you a song by Elegy called Deadbeat Mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's people out here who really deal with that on a regular basis. I know a dude who did everything he could for his kids, and the mother took him to child support just because she wanted extra money. And the kids was with him most of the time. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of dudes that go through bad situations because of reckless mothers. You know what I'm saying?
Now, Yummy Gummy said a junkie brought me back to my faith. I mean, that's why you can't. I mean, I'm serious. You can learn a lot from someone like that, believe it or not. F. Harris said, OG, I hear y'all. But number one rule has always been, I don't use right or wrong. That's true, but because they use those sometimes, I mean, not sometimes, you can't look down on them. Because some of these people are users from Fortune 500. They used to be CEOs. Or
I had a lot of functioning addicts that came to see me. I had people that worked in Johns Hopkins ER that was customers of mine. You know what I mean? You know, everybody looks for that out. Everybody has a vice. I mean, they tried to use, back in the day, tried to use weed as the quote unquote gateway drug, but that was for weaker people that always look for that bigger high. You had people who glorified, like back in the 60s and 70s, sniffing coke. That was like the thing to do. You know what I mean? You got these rappers that imitate and emulate this street life, this gangster life, but on the low, they not even on the low. They plain sight popping oxys, popping perks, popping all kinds of drugs. You know what I'm saying? The young ones are the addicts now. So like, even if you're sitting there and you hustled all day, you may not be using what you're selling, but you go to the bar and you go get a fifth and you getting drunk and you breed yourself to be an alcoholic. You know what I mean? It's your mind state. And sometimes when you deal with some of these harder drugs, you can't get away. There's people that I know that were good people that are gone in the game now because they might have got I know people who got slipped a Mickey. Somebody put something in their blunt and it was a rap for them. You know what I'm saying?
It's
you can't judge people by what they never judge anybody by their past. You know what I mean? Never judge anybody by their present.
You don't know what somebody else is really going through, B.
Right.
That's real talk.
Now, Miss Marla also.
Mental health is real. You get your head blown off too.
Yeah, it's crazy out here with that. I mean,
especially in the A.
Oh yeah. Miss Marla also said he has been my son and he has been in my son's life since he was 5 years old, and he is my daughter's father. He ain't going nowhere. He is my future husband. Okay, great. So that is different. That changes the dynamics. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing. You want to read Dr. Tony Cuzzy right here on the screen?
Very, very few do what they have to do. Pretty slim on those pickings.
But you know what? I'm not gonna argue that. I'm not gonna argue that.
I'm gonna argue it. I'm arguing it because the problem is like let's talk about the late great Kevin Samuels. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have men out here that want to be in relationships, that want to be good men and women, but they get overlooked. They not what you're choosing, because you may look at him and say, "Oh no, he ugly. No, he don't this. He don't have this. He don't have that." You don't know what this man's drive is. You could be the catalyst to spark him to be something great. You could hold a conversation and talk to somebody. Like I always say, almost every woman has at least one man in her inbox, her DM. Good morning, beautiful. How you doing? And y'all ignore him. Y'all leave him on red. Y'all don't respond to him. You know what I'm saying?
See, I get you on that, XL. I get you. But honestly, a lot of times I don't argue. and I ain't talking about you or this specific incident right here, but they have to deal with it every day. That's just like honestly, we could easily say as men, it's slim pickings out here trying to find a woman, not a female, but a woman. You see what I'm saying? So
it's harder for men than it is for women.
It is.
It's harder for us than it is for y'all. It's
but a lot
fact.
of times we don't complain about it.
Exactly.
Yummy Gummy said, "How a man going to teach a girl how to be a woman?"
And men and hobo women.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, let me tell you why. Because there's more opportunities out here. It's more opportunities out here for women.
Here we go with that opportunity.
Oh my gosh!
Opportunities is only what you make it. That's just a push to sit on your ass and not achieve your goals. I'm not listening to none of that no more. There's more opportunities. Get out here and hustle.
It is. That's why it's more men out here. It's more men out.
And I'm ready to get off of work. They still sleeping. So I don't
But listen, Cuzzy, it's more men out on the street than it is women.
You think it is?
Yeah, outnumber us.
Think it is?
They got more shelters out here that are taking women before they taking men.
Nah, but there's a whole bunch of men that's whole relations in the warm houses because they didn't found the sucker.
What is a man to do?
I didn't see a lot of ugly relationships.
Get off your ass and do
I seen a lot of ugly relationships.
I can get up and I got these circles under my eyes because I've been up. But you sleep at night. No, you sleep all day and night. No. Most of them don't have no drive to do nothing. And that's why it's slim pickings. They'll lay up on somebody's couch forever. They'll float from this heifer to the next heifer, to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. I've known men to do that. Once he got a one woman juicer, he moving on to the next one. Juice her, move on to the next one.
All right. Well,
how many females you know easily got on Section 8, been on Section 8 for 15, 20 years, out partying, getting trips to Miami, getting trips everywhere off of somebody else dime because they know how to finagle the bagel.
And how many men that's laying in the house with that chick that's on Section 8, hide when the people come to do the inspection. Now let's talk about that.
It works. It goes both ways.
I'm sorry, cuz 5 minutes on both sides.
You gonna hit a bell. We gotta go to our corners.
All right. So Yummy Gummy also said a man can only show his daughter how she is supposed to be loved by a man by showing how he treats his woman.
That's not true.
No, I agree with that.
That's not true.
Because
I don't know.
Go ahead, Nate. Go ahead.
Like for instance, my homie down there in Georgia, you know, he raised his daughter. She's an honor roll student. She goes to one of the best high schools in the area down there. She goes to the school where they're paying for her nursing through I forget the name of the hospital. They're paying for her nursing. She got a scholarship to be a teacher because she tutor and mentor kids. This girl's only 14 years old.
Let me say this though. Let me say this, Nate. Here's the difference. I don't care if they don't like this or whatever. That's because men are better caretakers of the kids. Right. They are. And that's why that happens like that.
Yeah, he does a good job with her. He did a good job.
Yeah, and this is no diss to women at all because mothers are amazing. But a lot of times the men handle business better.
So I'm going off of Nate's friend. He teaching all that to go be nursing to do what? Go to work and don't need a man because that nursing, she ain't gonna need no man.
No, she got her.
He not having her go someplace to bring her. He ain't sent her to school to go do home economics to be somebody's housewife.
But here lies the problem. Here lies the problem. I don't care nothing about no nurse or what they make, none of that stuff. Okay. But at what point is she going to become to remain a woman? In a minute, nurses are not even, they're going to start thinning out in a minute, just like doctors. Those are careers to stay away from. I mean, you can get it now. They making 6 figures or whatever they're doing for right now. But in a minute, nursing is going to be gone.
Why nursing gonna be gone?
Because it's a thing.
Medical people out here. Why nursing gonna be gone?
Let me tell you why.
All these daggone diseases popping up. Ain't no nursing.
No. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. They have AI.
Yeah,
how you doing?
That's still not.
Let me tell you something. It's enough information on the internet to take care of yourself.
Star Trek.
Y'all cannot look. I was just talking to a guy that he works on the machines in there. He's telling me, like, he even told me, he said AI is about to knock out everything, and I'm talking about diseases and all that. Okay. They're gonna have to deal with it. Doctors those are careers to not get into anymore.
That ain't gonna happen nowhere near our lifetime.
Thank you. You keep thinking that. You keep thinking
I know for a fact that ain't gonna be nowhere near our lifetime.
Let me tell you something.
So then what we gonna do for money? We're gonna come in here and wait for y'all to drop the super chat?
It's gonna be called universal welfare. Okay.
That ain't gonna work either. The same way, because all these other countries.
Let me tell you something.
The America and all that.
No, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
They tried to get rid of Cash App and it fell through. They tried to make it to a point everything was digital.
It is not falling through, and it's going to happen. It is going to happen.
It was supposed to happen last year.
No, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You can't. So Excel can control that. You can say cash is king all you want. The government is king up in here. The government is king.
It's never going to happen.
All right. Okay. All right.
But I don't know about the healthcare part.
Y'all keep on thinking that it's not going to happen. Y'all remember y'all said this.
I ain't saying nothing.
I'm going to tell y'all this. Here's another thing. It took something called COVID to change this world.
Not true.
It was already in the mix. They didn't want to put the COVID out there.
It's not the first. This is not the first pandemic that ever happened in lifetime.
It surely ain't. But guess what? It's the pandemic that changed the world right now that we living in.
You remember the Hong Kong flu?
Can I say something too?
I remember all of that.
You know the flu. You know the flu killed multiple thousands of people a year.
Yeah, every year.
And I said that, and I was talking to people about that a long time ago. COVID been here.
It surely has. It's been on.
Viruses evolve.
It been on exactly. So
it's evolved because the government putting it out there.
Exactly.
How you to put now you can get the COVID test now back through the mail, but how you know it's going to expand? Because you put it out here for it to expand.
I think COVID went on vacation. It went on summer vacation.
It went on vacation for y'all to make enough money to make sure you're stocking up. It's enough money. They gave y'all time span to be outside for a while to go make some money and learn from the first time it came out. Now it's the second round. They want to see who's going to be survival to finish this time. It didn't kill from AIDS. It didn't kill the first round. We started actually in October of 19.
We did lose a lot of people.
It got real bad January. It got bad January 2020, and it's still been around. COVID been in the school system and healthcare providers. I've been an essential worker since it started. I ain't never worked from home. I'm around people coughing all day. So it has not gone away. People say it only happened during flu season. People had COVID during the summer. People was outside. Now they talk about other health pandemics. We talk about now in the South, syphilis is really big now. So watch your penises and your vajayjays.
Ain't nobody doing all that.
You heard about that parasite because of all the little the
watch out, watch out,
got popular.
Watch out the vegetables. Watch out the produce. Watch out.
I ain't talking about no vegetables. I'm talking about the groceries. Since all them trap.
Here's the thing, though. I was talking to people, and I eat veggies and all that stuff. I've been vegan before and all that stuff. But they think like, oh, do y'all know how easy it is for them to poison the soil?
Yeah.
I'm talking about a report that I heard the other day on the news that you got to watch out for the produce because it's some kind of brain eating whatever.
Yeah, parasite.
They go from one thing to the next. They go from one thing to the next. So y'all was eating, all y'all black people was eating all that salmon because y'all had all that good money during the pandemic buying salmon planks. Y'all ain't no salmon planks before that. Y'all was eating salmon cakes. Stop playing. Y'all was eating tilapia. Stop playing. Y'all it was salmon everything. You got salmon egg rolls.
I eat salmon and rice. That's what I eat.
All right, so let's we want vegetables. We're gonna jump back on. We're gonna jump back on. Now, Yummy Gummy had here, he's showing her from a man's perspective, though. That's what I was saying, XO, like, because there's a limit to that, right? And then what happens is he knows. I understand what you're saying, XO, I do, and I agree with it. But there's a certain limit you can get to, and then that's when the woman really kicks in. Huh?
How so?
Because at some point,
my key thing is what can a man who's respectable enough for himself and his daughter, who loves his daughter, can teach her that a woman can't.
So same thing on a woman. If you want
only thing. No, see the thing. It's a big difference. That's night and day.
It's not. I had my father. He wasn't teaching me certain things my mama taught me. Now he want me also holding that screwdriver and the carburetor to that Volkswagen Bug. I was soldering metal. He was teaching me how to change a tire because my dodo bird husband couldn't change a freaking tire, and I'm out there changing a tire. He looked stupid because he didn't have his father.
And you just answered my question though.
But he didn't show that wasn't no woman.
No. You're not understanding. Exactly. You are basically, you just now answered the question, because basically you talk about what can a woman not teach her son, but what can a man not teach his daughter? Only thing that a man really can't teach his daughter is like the feminine hygiene part of a lot of things. We can
all these male
only thing that I'm not talking about no doctor.
Okay,
I ain't no doctor. Like if I had a daughter,
if you go up in a woman's cooch pocket,
that's just like me saying. That's just like saying. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. It's a huge difference, because even if I don't like, I can do basic maintenance on a car, but if I gotta change the transmission, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to go take it to a mechanic.
Let me say this. Let me get in this for a second. I seen, and this is not for every case, but I've seen the ending product of a man raising his daughter. Terrible.
I've seen a product of a man raising his daughter that came out great. It's a case by case situation. You know what I mean? You can't generalize. You can't generalize it.
I tell you what. Guess what? Guess what's gonna happen? Y'all can stick with that. Me, I would never deal with a girl who her father brought her up. Period.
Why?
Because she is okay. What about what she said? Well, my daddy ain't do it that way.
I mean,
and guess what? It don't even have to be a single daddy situation, because I say that, and I had my dad and I date my mama all together.
Like I said, it's a case by case situation. Because real talk, like if a man, like basically, if I'm raising my daughter, I'm going to give her quote unquote survival skills, survival tactics, to be like, look, this is what goes on. If you're outside somewhere and you get a flat tire, I'm going to show you how to change a flat tire. Right. Because if you're outside alone, you need to take this. Now I don't want you being a sitting duck.
But see that's basic.
But hold up. What I'm saying is those are survival skills to teach basic stuff to your daughter. However, you can also teach her how to be respectable and not be out here trying to be Nicki Minaj or Megan Thee Stallion or anything basics. Like that.
I agree with that.
But that in itself is not a basic, because if you're a single father and you're teaching her the way the key points of life, and you're raising her, you're not teaching, you're raising her to say this is what you should be looking for. This is how you can do certain things. It's not going to be just for a male perspective. It's going to be for a life perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like
y'all have that chick like that. No, I'm good. So also thank you for calling Conversations in Crete with Sweet Mama G, and we have also DJ XL, and we have Nate from upstate. Who's calling?
Salute.
This is Marla.
Hey, Miss Marla, how are you?
What's up, Marla?
All right, now before we start off, Miss Amelia also put up, that's like a woman can teach her own son how to be a gentleman. Same thing. I agree, but it's limits to that. Limits. I agree with that. I agree with XL. I mean, but I'm just saying it's limits to it. You don't want to keep going all in there, because I've seen the product. Trust me, and y'all don't want it. Men, y'all don't want it. Because then you got to understand what kind of man was he? That's just like the type of man that will bring up that young boy. What kind of man is he? He might be Father Pookie. Now he got son Pookie.
I mean, I guess it all depends on who the father is.
That's why I say case by case. It is a case by case thing. But a lot of times, usually, trust me, there's a reason for a man, and that's why marriage. When you get married, you stay together, right? And when you stay together, that balance of bringing up a family is there. But then remember the village. Remember the village. All that stuff counts. But now you have Miss Marla, we got her on the phone. She said, I had to teach my son everything. But see...
Well, I was going to say what I mean by that comment because, like I said, previous, pretty much my son's father was pretty much, I try to let men lead my relationship. And that's why I said in the beginning, certain things I let my man lead on. But when it comes to my son, I let my daughter lead my son, and I leave my daughter, because I think a man needs to raise the boys. And what I mean by the comment, I had to teach my son everything because it's like my son, even though I was not working at the time, well, I was with my son's father, but I was a stay-at-home mom, and I had to teach. I think it was Estelle was saying, about the three fingers look back at you or whatever. But what I mean about that was that.
Marla, I think you sleepy. You sleepy? You sleepy?
No, I'm just like because I had to teach my son how to key and all that kind of stuff. Stand up and that I had to do that all by myself, even though my son's father was there.
Okay.
He was at work.
I mean, I get what you're saying.
At the same time, I'm not supposed to do that stuff. It's like, how the hell?
He was at work.
Okay. We're supposed to both raise him.
So basically, you chose to do it. If he was around.
Yeah, I did it because I love my son as well.
And then and you taught him to do what?
I taught him how to use the bathroom. It's like for a period of time, not trying to be gross or on the show, but it's a period of time I had to teach my son how to urinate and wash his butt properly.
That's not gross.
That's motherhood.
Yeah,
that's motherhood. That's not really teaching how to be a man.
But at the same time, I'm not. I feel like I don't have a penis down there.
That don't mean nothing. On the real, like back in the 80s, if I was outside with my moms and like we was going shopping somewhere, she would take me to the women's room and go in there, go stand right. That's a part of being a mother. That's motherhood.
That's a mom thing, yeah.
Now,
for sure.
So what a father is supposed to teach a boy?
The balance. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. The father has his role, and the mom has their role. Period. And if y'all need to see what their roles are, start reading the Bible.
So let me give you an example, Marla.
I read the Bible.
Okay.
So let me give you an example, Marla. My son is 30. So he went to daycare, then he went to school. I was married. My husband was there. So like one day, we went to Chuck E. Cheese someplace. My son pulled his cargo shorts down and his little boy boxes down. My husband was like, whoa. You ain't supposed to be butt ass in the bathroom. You're supposed to pull it through the little hole, his wee. So he had to teach him that because at the daycare, at the little potty thing. So he had to train him. Right. You don't pull everything down so they see your cheeks. You just pull it through the hole. So that was an example from training from being at the daycare to show them how a man is really supposed to how to use the bathroom.
And I also had to teach my son. I had to teach my son how to use the bathroom, just pouring his stuff, put like Cheerios in his potty chair at the time.
It's better for the father to teach him. Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I man's supposed to teach that.
That's why y'all gotta learn how to hold y'all relationships down. F Hurst.
Because you can't teach a woman how to use a pad.
You can. I'm not. I agree with that. I agree with that, and I wouldn't.
Tell her squat.
Right.
Tell her squat any other
So,
time.
F Hurst said, not looking down on nobody, but on that topic, we can agree to disagree. No matter how hard life get, I'm gonna get through it. And I feel you, my brother. Dr. Tony Joam said, ugly has nothing to do with that.
You going way back?
Yeah,
we talking about that. She was commenting when I was talking about the dudes that don't get chosen, that the women overlook.
Yeah. And also, Dr. Tony said, no, I'm sorry. F. Harris said, a crazy baby mother or child support not going to keep me away from my child. Let's be honest. Most men don't want to deal with the responsibility of being a father.
Most men, most boys, most males. Not even say most.
Boys.
Some.
Yeah, word. You got some good dudes out there, man.
It's a lot. I'll say 80% of the dudes out here in this world, once they
all comes into
now,
play.
You got Miss Amelia said, "You are right, sweet Mama G." With the pom-poms. He is preparing his daughter. He is preparing his daughter to be able to take care of herself. Preparing his daughter to be able to take care of herself because he knows how these men are out here. Boy, the feminism lays strong in here.
So how is that any different than a woman teaching her son how to wash dishes, do laundry, and cook? Survival, right?
Right.
There's no difference.
Now, what I did was I just let me see. Okay. I'm trying to catch up with these. So and Yummy Gummy said Colt things like to share, support
continue to like, share, and support our hosts. They are here every Friday, Wednesday, and y'all need to drop some support the movements.
Right. F. Harris also said that my wife raised by her father. Mother ran off. Case by case situation. I agree. But naturally, that balance of father and mother is supposed to be there, and that's it. Some fathers are successful in that, but I, again, personally, don't want to deal with that. I want the balance.
I respect that's your choice. That's you got your reasons, and I respect that.
Yep. So
I don't.
So check this out. Now we're gonna step to another thing, right? Since we got past the behind every great man there's a great woman, they be pumping that up real hard. You know what I'm saying? That was created by the feminist movement. That saying in the 1960s and 70s, in the 40s.
Wow. And you did it.
You see what I'm saying? So y'all keep saying that. So when they say that, y'all make sure y'all get them back. If he isn't a good man, that means he ain't got a good woman, because it ain't always the man all the time. Okay.
And also, a lot of the broken relationships and a lot of the stuff that's going on, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that, like, back in the 60s, when they created the welfare and all that, how they actually made it to where they broke a lot of homes. They took the man out of a lot of homes back then.
Mainly to our black race. You're right. To our black race.
Yeah,
they did that.
That was a big factor right there. A big factor.
Yep. They knew that if they did that,
who wants to argue that?
They break the family. Nobody. I don't think anybody wants to do that.
The Vietnam War hit too.
Yeah. Yep. Sending
a lot of guys
that
didn't make it back home, and some that came home really messed up off of like Agent Orange and mental issues. So it was protected. It was started out as WIC, women and children.
Yeah, we doing all this and that. You can't stay in the house and all that. Yeah, that's real shit right there. Excuse my mouth.
All right, so we're gonna go to the next
right there.
Right. And we're gonna go to the next joint. And this is kind of a question. What a woman who is ready to be a woman to a man should do?
What is a woman that's ready to be a woman? What? Say that again.
What is a woman who is ready to be a woman to a man? What is she to do? When she say, you know what, I'm done with this feminist stuff. I'm done with single. I'm done with I don't need nobody else. What is she to do?
Be herself. Be real.
Hold up.
That's it.
Your thing is fluttering, XL.
It's you.
Yeah, it's you. It's you. You're gonna have to come, you're gonna have to leave out and come back. Shouts out to my brother Kelvin Marshall in the building. What's going on, Kelvin?
Kelvin Marshall,
salute. Hey, I tell you what. We got Kelvin in the chat room. I'm gonna bring the brother on. First of all, let's send him some claps for coming through. He's a new watcher. But Kelvin, look right here in the comment section. You're going to see the link. Click on that link. So we'd like for you to come on, my brother. Hand claps for all our new people. F Harris has been here, and just everybody who's new. Dr. Tony, thank you for coming through.
Salute.
Shouts out to all of y'all. Claps. So now, what are women who wants to be a woman now, cousin? You know, what should they do? How about you and Miss Amelia jump on that question? Since y'all so
what's the question? Any question again?
The question is, what is a woman who is ready to actually be a woman to do? What should she do when she's ready to be a woman to a man?
Okay, you better specify, because sometimes she may not want to be a woman to a man. Could be a woman to however people classify themselves nowadays.
Okay. So what steps should she take?
What steps should she want to take?
Oh my gosh, they're gonna. That's the woman's.
What you asking her?
Right, but see, that's the woman's. That's called deflect right there. I'm so used to that.
I mean, you say you want to be a woman. I don't have to do something or be a woman, but walking who I am. I don't have to say, well, I'm ready to be a woman. Let me go get a man. I'm a woman whether I'm with a man or not. I'm a woman if I'm with another woman.
Question though.
Oh my goodness.
It was a general question.
Okay, Nate from upstate. I answer how I want to answer it.
I'll tell you what, cuzzy. I'll tell you what. Hey, Kelvin. See that link right there in the comment section right there that says Street Tactics? That's a link right there. You can click that link and come on and join us. Now, cousin. Now, I'll tell you what. So I won't make it so, general, so big. Give us 3 things that a woman or female that's ready to be a woman to a man, what can she do?
Woman to a man. Go look for one. Be prepared for whatever's going to happen and to pray about it.
Oh my goodness.
Bruh.
All right, let's do this, because I don't know what you talking about. You giving these girls the wrong information.
I mean, shit. Look for somebody, pray about it, and then get it going. What else you did do? Be prepared.
Again, okay, all right. Thank you, cuz. You're right. And I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not saying that you're wrong.
Because I ain't wrong.
All right. Boy, I'll tell you that about 5 minutes, please. So anyway, here's the thing about this, right? Now, this platform here, just like we have the music platform, we can help artists get better. We can help women get better and men get better, right? So here's a key for a lot of y'all females who are ready to be a woman, right? Respond to him. And we're going to take it like this. Whether it's a first time meeting or a second date, communicate your interest to him through your actions. Sometimes spelling things out is necessary, but in most cases, actions speak louder than words. Don't hesitate to greet him with a big smile. Make eye contact and hold it. Laugh when he is funny and pay attention when he is serious. Oh, and go ahead and flirt. Flirt with the man. You know what I'm saying? That feels good. You're stroking the ego.
Yeah, we want to be appreciated. That's a fact.
Right.
We want to be appreciated as well.
5 minutes, Miss Marla.
I don't know.
You want her to be a simp. You want her to be an actress.
Who? No, I don't.
You want her to be an actress.
No,
let me. He's funny. Most of y'all corny anyway. So you want us to be actress.
Wow. Y'all want us to be actors.
Now I want you to play your role. That's what I want you to do.
That's what actors do. They play roles. Actors play roles. Don't actors play roles?
They do. They do. You got
actors play roles?
You got it. And see, when he says something funny, when he says something funny, cuzzy, you make sure you laugh, okay? If he tell you a joke, something like,
I can't look like you.
No. If he say a joke, no matter what, if he says, what do you call two Mexicans playing basketball, and you say 1-on-1, you better laugh. Okay, as corny as it is.
I'm gonna say you corny shit. You corny.
So,
oh boy, another corny night. Here we go.
So let me finish this. So pay attention when he is serious, and go ahead and flirt. Letting a man lead isn't about being coy or coy and running away in the hopes that he will follow. This is just confusing. It's about providing him the clues he needs to put 2 and 2 together. In short, show him you are interested by acting interested. Okay.
First off, you even got a chance to go out the first time.
Well, you call that spice the relationship up. Forget laughing and all that crap.
Shouts out to my son Willie Bars in the building.
What's up?
What up? What up?
All right. So now, as a man, XL, as a man, can you agree with any of that?
Some of it. I mean, like, you ain't gotta be extra cheesy. You ain't gotta be like who was it do Ed McMahon to Johnny Carson. You ain't gotta do all that, but
you talking about the woman or the man?
The woman. You ain't gotta do all that extra. Like, if I say something goofy, you ain't gotta sit there.
No,
you know, I'll send you a haul of me.
You
know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Just coexist. They gotta learn how to coexist. Sure.
Right.
It's like, you know.
What up, my brother? We got Kelvin Marshall in the building. What's going on?
What's happening?
What's happening? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh, okay, what's happening, y'all?
Not much. Yeah. I'm not sure if you heard.
Let's go.
I'm not sure if you heard. I don't know if you heard, Kelvin.
All right, background singers, the lead singer talking.
Right. So we talking about the things that women should do, especially like on a first date and when she first meet a man. You know, certain things like show that man that he's funny. You know, pay attention, act interested. You see what I'm saying? Show him some love. If you get a woman like that, trust me, you will impress the man. Because most of these women think it's about them. Somewhere we got lost where we think that we supposed to be chasing after the woman. No.
Y'all, some of y'all do.
I mean, I believe we
that's what they call simps.
When they got big butts, like, oh, let me go get.
No, that's simps. Those are simps right there. Let's get that straight. Go ahead.
That's not a simp. That's just the fact. It's going to be like, you know, when you go fishing, you got certain bait. Now, depending on if you want a trophy fish or you want dinner.
Okay.
If I want dinner, then I'm going to throw out some bait and just grab, you know, the first meaty fish I catch. But if I want a trophy fish, I'm going for that good fish. You know what I mean? I'm on that boat. I'm out there trying to get a swordfish or something. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't call it a simp because if I see a big butt, I'm going to look.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this. All right. So that being said, let's say I know you Muslim, but we're going to speak from the Bible.
What up, bro?
So what happens is this. When you do that, you got to remember, look at when Adam and Eve was put on earth. Our creator brought Eve to Adam. Adam ain't go chasing after Eve. Us as men were here first. When you start chasing after these women because she got a big butt, guess what you're going to get? You treat her like a celebrity, you become her fan. So you keep chasing.
There's a difference between chasing and catching bait. It's a big difference.
My brother,
I ain't running behind her going, babe, it's like P game. If you go on a social media, right, and you on Instagram and you see a nice looking chick on that, and you like, dang, she got a nice body. You might like the picture,
Okay.
But you got 1,000 dudes in the, oh my God, beautiful. I love you. I want
validation.
That's a difference. That's a difference. Because if we see that same person, that same woman in person, you gonna have 1,000 people all up on her. They the ones that's chasing, they the ones that need it. You know what I mean? I can still appreciate it. But do you know what the funniest part is though? That a lot of times the people who don't give her all that attention be the one that she wants the most.
Yes.
Because she wants to know why I'm not giving you that attention. So now she's my fan.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Hold on one second. DJ Sounds, what's going on, my brother? Thank you for coming through. He says that women are too selfish. In other news, I got chicken boxes for sale. Hit me up.
That's my bro.
Crazy.
Another image, another EV person.
Right. And then here's another one where he says, never trust a big butt and a smile. That girl poison. Hey, you know what I'm saying? That's
so what about big breast and a grin?
See?
That's the antidote.
Shouts out to my baby niece, Chrissy Pooh. How you doing? Hey, Uncle Crete, Sweet Mama G. Okay. So, I mean, that's all I'm saying. Like, at some point in your life, you grow out of that. Like I did. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can hold it. So, what you think about that, Kelvin? Kelvin, you don't even try to act like you quiet now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. You know, like we talked about the other day. This war out here now. I mean, it's a real war. You know, this dating game is outdated. You know, getting married is like winning the lottery. You know, it's like winning the lottery. You know, if you stick to the Bible, I mean, you can make it. You both believe in God. You know, there's a difference between class and trash.
Right.
And I just hear a lot of some women complain about what they want and what they can't find. But if you keep looking in the dumpster, there are no diamonds in the dumpster. People don't throw diamonds away. So you know, you can't find a diamond in the dumpster. And you can walk around and my thing with women is that attention that they need so desperately. You can have a good man that's willing to die for you, but you just want somebody else's attention so bad that you willing to lose that good man who willing to die for you.
Right.
Yeah, that man may not be everything you need him to be, all the money. He may not be that simp. He may not have the education, but long as he providing and putting in the work and being loyal and home every night, them niggas she work with, they need to stop. She and them need to stop. So
that's what I said about a half hour ago.
Yeah, no, you did mention that. You mentioned it. And the thing about that, and it's funny that you brought that up, because I have something that can mend with that. Right now, here's my thing right here. I wanted to touch on this. Right now, women that wear revealing clothes. Right. I always had a problem with that. If you're gonna be my woman, nah, you ain't dressing like that. But a lot of times, a lot of y'all women out here like to say, ain't nothing wrong with this. You see what I'm saying? When you start dressing like that, huh?
It's about self-respect. You
know right.
What I mean?
And a lot of them don't have respect
and then you got
for themselves.
You got the women that try to dress like that. They ain't built to dress like that.
Right. But see, here's the thing about that, right? A lot of these women out here today, what they'll do is say, you sit up there telling them, hey, this is not right. I don't like, you supposed to be my woman, but you dress like ain't nothing wrong with this. What? Okay. Now you want that attention. You supposed to be my girl, but now you dressing like that. You everybody else's girl. You everybody else looking at you. Like
what's more important?
What's
more important?
You asking me what's more important?
No, I'm asking her what's more important.
Exactly. And that's what
her freedom and attention.
She might come back with, well, I was dressing like this when I met you. She might hit you with that. Then what?
I've heard that. And guess what?
So I'm not worth it.
But here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing. When she says that I'll dress like this with you. Well, at first I didn't take you serious, but now I'm taking you serious. So get rid of it. Because now These other guys out here that you getting this validation from, they not taking you serious either. What you doing is giving them sex vibes. I just want to have sex with her. So here's my thing. Also, Miss Wendy said, love y'all. And DJ Sound said, attention is a hell of a drug. It is. That I'm telling you, you can go on any social media platform. The drugs is right there. But it's funny because I used to say this, and even you, Cuzzy, on one of the podcasts before, you know how you always like to call me controlling and all this old stuff. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I like to control my what I got going on. I ain't a loose fella. So here's we go. Right?
Crete, what sign are you, Crete?
Huh?
What sign are you, Mr. Crete?
Well, I don't do like zodiac signs, but I would be considered what they would call a Pisces. But
okay, all right, salute.
Yeah, thanks.
Salute.
So
I'm a Pisces.
Oh, for real? See, that's how it is.
I'm a
Pisces.
Okay.
I'm a Thundercat. I'm a Thundercat.
Come on now with that. Come on now with that.
So check this out. Here we go right here, right? Now, this is something that me and you had this conversation, Cuzzy, on the podcast before, right? Now, I'm going to read this. Provocative dress as a stimuli, right? In the 1980s, researchers were interested in women's provocative, revealing, sexy dress and the extent to which men and women attributed the same meaning to it, right? For example, both Edmund and Cahoon, 1986, and Cahoon and Edmund, 1987, found ratings of women who wore provocative dress were more negative than ratings of women who wore non-provocative stuff. So right there is telling you that these women, they're already negative. They don't love themselves when they do that, right? So let me get finished. Provocative and dress. So no specific theory was identified by these authors as guiding their research. Overall, when wearing provocative dress, a model was rated more sexually appealing, more attractive, less faithful in marriage, more likely to engage in sexual teasing, more likely to use sex for personal gain, more likely to be sexually experienced, and more likely to be raped. Do you remember that conversation? Oh, yeah. And y'all was against me? Yeah, okay. I'm dumb. I'm high. Y'all want to listen. That's all that is. Now, Miss Wendy said, what does that look like? Are you talking about the dress? Is that what you're asking? Okay.
Being too revealing.
Right. And I'm going to say this. I know Miss Wendy. Miss Wendy has always been a sharp dresser. Nothing crazy. I ain't never seen her nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Actually, she had a lot of females that admired her. You see what I'm saying? All that, like, when I was a young boy, okay, that caught my eye. I didn't even know any better. I was young, but now I'm a grown man and I ain't got no respect for it. I know they can dress whatever they want. That's just like us going out with gold chains all over the place. It's a risk to that. Somebody can say, "Oh, you're gonna go out and get killed,"
especially in Atlanta.
Yeah, and we're really anywhere. Gold is worth money any and everywhere. So, I mean, you can go out and do whatever you want, but be ready to suffer the consequences on some of those things. So, another thing is, where we at? Do you see the need, Cuzzy? Whether if somebody,
salute XL.
If somebody goes out and say that they should respect the man.
Did you say what's that again?
Now I was asking Cuzzy, and is Miss Marla still on the phone? Okay, so do you think that a woman? I mean, do you think you should let a man know that he's respected?
Of course you should. What would I waste my time with a man I'm gonna disrespect? First of all, he couldn't even be in my presence for my time. My time very precious in my life. When I do things with intention. I'm not off the cuff the fly and just dealing with any and everybody. I'm very exclusive in who I deal with and give my time to.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me see what my big sis say. She said, well, gentlemen, you need to be a little more, I guess, sensitive probably and cautious with your words. Some women listening could be victims of rape. I agree. But I'm sorry for that. You have some of these women that happened to that did not initiate crazy dress or nothing like that. That was just, they have unfortunately come encountered with a monster. It's not always the case of clothing, but if you don't want to, that's just like this was the changing of words. Cause I don't know if you remember this. Remember when I was saying something about that's just like insurance. When you get insurance out in what was it? Let's say Pickens County, Georgia. That's one of the most countryest, quietest places you can be there. Or if you go to Atlanta, where do you think the insurance is going to be the highest at?
Atlanta.
Why? Because of you have a higher risk of your car being stolen. You see what I'm saying? So the point I was making was that when you dress like that, you make your risks higher. You see what I'm saying? And then you can go somewhere where the risk is not as great. Big sis says I'm not butting anything.
I'm not going to agree with that.
What I was talking about.
Yeah, I'm not going to keep going on that subject because that could be a trigger. But you don't have.
Well, I wasn't going on that subject. But what I'm saying is that it's higher risk when you do things. Just like I just said, when guys want to wear all these gold chains and everything, it's a higher risk that you're going to get robbed or killed. We're not living in a day where ain't nobody going to mess with you. Is it? Or you can end up killing somebody for trying to rob you, and now you just risk your life to go to jail for protecting yourself because you want to wear these gold chains. What's the point? Some people, that risk is worth it. For me, no. Sorry. But I'm not trying to trigger nobody, but I'm talking about future. I'm trying to help people to start thinking about that and stop being a certain way with especially men. Ain't nothing wrong with what I got on. All right. Again, just like Kelvin said, you're risking my life now. If we go into the movies and you let's say you got 3 dudes over here, 3 of them packing, they high or drunk. Hey girl, you look good as I don't know what, and blah, blah, blah. You try to ignore it. And then now they see you ignoring it. I ain't gonna do nothing. You go patting your girl on her butt and everything. Now what's gonna happen?
That's a problem.
It's a big problem. So, but that's what Kelvin was saying. Like, I don't, whatever. So, why does that always happen?
I have a mother, a daughter, a sister, a baby mama. So I empathize with women a lot. But what a lot of women have to do is they have to stop being so competitive. I know women are competitive by nature, but they're competing with other women, gay men, white women, competing endlessly to a fault. So that's what really got this thing going. It's out of control. It's like a wildfire. And the competition will drive you to damn near go outside naked. And when you go outside naked, then that's putting you at risk. And then you get to fall back. And then you want to come back in and say, it didn't work. It's going to backfire. So It's just the competition level that seeking the attention, the criteria is so high when you do meet someone.
Right.
You expect them to be a simp because you now went all out. Risque, half naked. And then at the end of the day, you lost.
Right.
The competition you got to pull back on the competition. Just be you. Be natural. Stay humble. Where's the humility? Because at the end of the day, we living in the last days, and it's getting awful.
Oh
It's
yeah,
getting awful.
So why take risks? You know what I mean? Miss Wendy says sexy is an opinion, and what is sexy to one is not sexy to all. So what is risky?
Right.
That is that. I understand what she's saying, but it kind of don't make sense. The one that it could become sexy to is the one that can actually do something crazy. The one you least expect.
I believe that if you're dealing with the right kind of woman and y'all got the right kind of situation going on, you ain't really got to worry about all that because she ain't even going to put you in a compromising position like that. You heard? That's what
Exactly. And that's why you choose wisely. Pay attention. Pay attention.
Absolutely.
And same thing for women. Choose wisely. I've seen women get with guys, you know, they really thought he was the one. He out there shooting people, this, that, and the third. And then now, or they mess around, got caught up with him driving in the car with him.
For my man. That TV show, For My Man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know. So you have to pay attention. We don't know at first because people be the best. They be salesmen at first. They trying to sell you that I'm the greatest guy for you, blah, blah, blah. Right. But then you may find out something else. And sometimes they may be the greatest guy for you. So, but you have to pay attention step by step. You pay attention this month, pay attention next month, pay attention month after that. So, but Miss Wendy said, I have been called sexy so much it will be thought it would be thought that I am out here naked. As you said, I am fully dressed. Okay.
Pretty woman.
Yeah.
Pretty woman.
I mean, I get it. I get it.
Pretty woman.
So,
right.
Because when the respect part of it, right? It was the respect when it went to let him know that you respect him. Most men desire first to be respected and then to be loved. If a man does not think a woman respects him, it will be hard for him to continue in a relationship with her. And if this is true, that you do not respect him, then it may be the best move. May be best to move on. It is important to look for things you can respect in a man you are dating. Ideally, he gains it upon the first impression, and then it continues to grow. Don't be afraid to let him know which specific aspects about him you admire. Telling him does not give your cards away. Rather, it inspires confidence in his leadership and the desire to play his hand by continuing this relationship with you. Do you think that is important, cuz?
Yeah, respect is important.
Yes.
On both sides.
I was great to say that, yes.
But let's say Crete. Salute to everybody. I gotta get out of here. It's midnight. Okay. I need to go take it down.
Okay.
All right.
Catch y'all Wednesday.
All right. All right. Thanks, my brother. So I agree with that. Because it's supposed to be on both sides. And remember, you have many people that say respect is earned. It's not earned. You need to respect the person from the beginning. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And communication is key.
Yeah. So I mean, it's crazy because I hear that a lot. Oh, you got to earn respect. Well, what I'm supposed to disrespect you in the beginning, and then I got to earn it? You see what I'm saying? Like, how does that work? So if that happens, we'll never get to respecting each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, people say something crazy stuff.
People test people. That's what they talk about, where the respect levels come from. They test you. They treat you. They observe what you're doing and how you move with that person will tell them how much respect they're going to give you. If you out in public, a man and a woman, and he's not holding the door, not being a gentleman, he wilding out, then she's like, oh, well, I ain't got that much respect for him because he ain't putting the effort into being a leader of a man to me. So I just might as well not give him that respect. I'll just treat him like whatever.
Okay. Go ahead, Kelvin.
It's all about communication. You gotta talk about what you want.
A lot of some women look at respect like a form of submission. Men have to respect all the time. We have to submit all the time. So women feel like if I'm respecting him, I'm being submissive. There's nothing wrong with that. When a man is trying to take you out, he's being respectful. He submitted to whatever y'all going to do, whatever he's asking you out. He's courting you. It's a sign of, it's the same as respect. A lot of women feel like if I show him respect, I'm being submissive. And they tie the two together, and they're totally different. They're totally different. No, I mean, I don't wake up in the morning saying she's gonna be submissive to me. I mean, it's just respect. She's a grown woman, I'm a grown man. You know, I thought respect was natural.
It's supposed to be natural. It's a natural thing.
I thought it was natural, but I mean, it's like you need the upper hand, so you got to be disrespectful to have the upper hand. So it's like I'm kind of lost. I'm not even in the dating game, but I could already see I'm not built for the dating game now.
No, it's a different thing. It's a very different thing, and
it's way different out there now. That's a fact.
Right,
way different.
Now, yeah, it is scary, and that's why a lot of guys are just like, you know what, I'm good or whatever, and they don't want to invest in the situation. So
I'm convinced. I'm even scared. I'm convinced.
Right. Miss Wendy said, I can't love a man I don't respect. That makes sense. That makes sense.
That makes sense.
And then she also said, actions speak louder than words, which is another true one. And she also said, you start at 100 with me, you lose it based on how you show up every day. That's why I said, okay, watch them this month, next month, the month after that. You see what I'm saying? Because that's where we mess up.
And it goes both ways. That's on both ends of the spectrum.
It does. So. It keep each other honest. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But remember that neither one of you guys are perfect. So they are going to be mistakes, and we were given the model of being that we have to forgive. So that's the thing on that. But also Cuzzy, hold up.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I think we
this woman said you start at 100 with me, you lose it based on how you show up every day.
You want to comment on that?
That was Miss Wendy.
See, now usually you get on me, but I'm about to get on you. We didn't already read that, cuz.
Child, read my text message. I'm asleep. Excuse me.
So anyway, we appreciate everybody for coming through. It's always a great thing. And once again, this is a conversation in Crete with Sweet Momma G, and we had DJ XL, and we had my brother Kelvin Marshall, and we appreciate you for coming on, and you're always welcome to come on. We got my brother Nate from upstate in the building. Thank you. And I'm sorry to make the room so quiet, but it seems like when you tell the harsh truth, people want to run. People don't want to change. Yeah.
Well, I don't call it a harsh truth. I call it, I see it as you care. And see, being that you care, it's going to be honest. And, you know, a lot of people don't want to hear the truth. And you know, they don't want to care.
That's real. That's real.
Right.
That's real.
So I'm gonna speak from not just Sweet Mom. I'm gonna speak from working in behavior health. And my cousin gonna disagree because I've been with him since 73. What he was saying from the comments was harsh to hear and insensitive, probably to a lot of the audience members. I get it, and I get it from both sides, and I understand he was trying to relay a message, but we also have to watch the message that we are relaying on the show. As a woman, I would not want to hear that, whether it's harsh or not, because I'm not the type of woman, that's not my world. But whether I wear a bikini out or if I got on a nun's habit, no woman or person should be violated in any way. So I think that's
let me say this, and I want to hear everything. I want to hear everything you say though, because here's my thing. Right now, I 1000% agree with you that no woman should be violated, and that's where Miss Amelia didn't pay attention. Okay, I agree, no woman should be violated, but we don't live in that perfect world.
No, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. The trafficking, the human trafficking is. Just think about the human trafficking at these extended stays. What goes down at these extended stays?
I understand.
So it's the hard reality.
I understand, but speaking from two perspectives, one is a woman and one is a therapist, it's harsh. You just gotta be careful of what you say in your audience. We know that sometimes on the back end we can't get flagged, but we want to make sure that we are, I get putting the intensity, but sometimes we need to think of how we're going to say certain things on the podcast.
How to convey it. Use a little bit more tact.
Yeah,
Let me say
my cousin
let me say this.
in
Let
real
me
life.
say this. Let me say this. Let me read my big sister thing, and then I'm going to answer what y'all was just talking about.
Okay.
Bird, they call me Bird. You need to apologize and let those individuals know that you meant no malice now, and it be quiet. Let me say this. Thank you, big sis. I'm sorry to those who took it wrong, but I meant all greatness from out of that. Most women don't want to hear what I got to say, or they don't want to hear it in that way that I said it. But I said what I said. I meant what I meant. I'm sorry that you.
And it is what it is.
And it is what it is.
Yeah, and ladies, I hate to interrupt you. I mean, it's real. It's real what he's saying. I mean, it's real. You can walk around this fantasy land and be delusional and think you can have your pick of the litter and do what you want to do and get away with it. That stuff only lasts for so long.
Yes. And then the crazy thing, Big Sis said, listen to Cuz. I listen to all of y'all. But you know what? I do. But you know what? As harsh as that was, a lot of the women still ain't gonna listen.
It's just a deliverance. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just a deliverance.
You know
from
what?
y'all. You are a man that had a wife, you have a daughter, and you have granddaughters. Mm-hmm. You have lots of sisters and girl cousins, including myself. Just be sensitive in you all's words as much as you can. I understand trying to convey messages, but they're gonna do what they want to do when they do it and how they do it. We all understand. Most of us are seasoned individuals, over 30 that's on this podcast mostly.
And still hard.
And some of y'all men are still hard-headed. And I can give you 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
So that's, if we can just be more sensitive in how we convey our messages.
For sure. And
all right, guys.
How you say it.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you all for coming in.
I made my apologies. Yeah, we moving on.
They want to say so we're gonna keep it moving. Thank you all for coming into the conversation with Crete, Sweet Mama G. Thank you all our technians for coming in, Sweet Mama G Tribe. Thank you, Mr. Kelvin. Is your name Kelvin?
Kelvin, yeah. Like the temperature cold. Like the temperature cold. I can be cold, but I'm not cold as Crete. No, I'm just joking.
No, I'm not trying to be cold. I was being real.
That's Crete on the norm. I've been messing with this thing since 73.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I listen. I think you being nice, really.
Yeah, because we done had some other times. We done had our little so-and-so, but we ain't gonna bring up old crap. So thank you, Cousin Leslie, for always giving your wisdom, honesty, and understanding as you continue to pray over your brother, Crete, Bird, or whatever his name want to be. Thank you, Miss Thank you, Miss Amelia. Please continue to yet pray for him and still continue to support the show. Thank you, Yummy Gummy, who was on and always our backup at Mentech. DJ Sounds. Thank you, Nate from Upstate, who's on the line. Thank you, Miss Muller, and thank you, DJ XL, who came on as well. I was trying not to forget. F. Harris, thank you for coming in yet again. You've been there on the show before. Thank you so much to Chrissy Pooh. Thank you, Willie Boss, for coming on in. I think Miss Christina was there in the beginning. Thank you, brother-in-law, for checking in and giving us some of your words of wisdom as well. Dr. TJA, hey girl, thank you for coming in as well. I'm trying to make sure. Thank you to the Facebook.
Yes, sir.
When I call in, does my number come up?
It does, but let me see. It was other calls.
See, now this is why y'all disrespect women. Y'all see me doing my closeout, and y'all interrupting me. So Nate, you are banned from calling in for 2 shows. You are now on KP probation. You are banned from calling in on 2 shows.
See how they
I will
is.
give you probation real quick. You tried me. You on the KP probation.
Hey Nate, what the number start with?
See how we disrespect it?
I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm sorry.
No.
We can't even. They always trying to control something.
No. So thank y'all for coming in. When I click off, y'all can stay on. Thank you so much for coming in. We will be back for our Brutally Honest rap show on Wednesday at 9:30-ish because Crete is always late. So I may have an artist. I gave them the Street Tactics email, and they need an MP3.
You have a great weekend, sweet Mama G.
Nate from upstate. Now, see, you're going to go to a 3rd show band.
No, I was wishing you well.
I don't need you to wish me well.
I wanted to do hood rat stuff for my friend.
And you know I got that Be More Strong attitude now. Well, let me probation you for 4 shows.
Bruh.
Damn, my cousin ain't got nothing to say, smart mouth. See? But thank you all for coming in. Remember our show, 9:30-ish on Wednesday. Make sure you continue to like, share the podcast. Hopefully he's going to clip some parts out, but knowing him, he will not. Thank you all for coming in. You are welcome to come back, Mr. Kelvin, because you're not on probation. See, he being quiet. He ain't on probation. That Nate you banned from calling in 3 shows. You done got on Sweet Mama nerves. I'm about to eat my chicken wing and go to bed. I got some
I want some.
Bruh.
Tell your wife to give you some. I don't eat other men.
I'm scared to get married. I'm scared to get married.
I'm scared. You must be from Atlanta. Are you in Atlanta?
Me?
Are you in Atlanta?
I'm from Atlanta. Yeah.
I can tell.
Yeah, born and raised in Atlanta.
I can tell.
Hey, it's scary down here.
I can tell. Yeah,
it's scary down here. Hey, look, I don't sleep in the bed. I sleep under.
Okay.
I did all the summer, right in the shade all summer.
Nate, so you about to go to 5, Nate?
What? I can't even talk anymore.
Look, no, that's why you can't let. Go ahead, cuz you talking too much.
Who? You better not be talking about
you.
Okay, well, good night. And guess what? I ain't talking no more. So, Nate, you can be from upstate and you can clarify your number because you're on probation for 4 shows now.
My bad, cuz I was just looking. I ain't look, not 4, cuz
you about to be banned too, Crete.
Bruh.
You gonna be banned for your own show.
Hey,
thank y'all for coming in. We got off of who this relationship on down. Nate, you're going to 6. You're going to 6, I swear. So thank y'all for coming in. Huh?
Can he
be emotionally manipulated?
Can he give me 3 numbers?
Yeah, 315.
Hold on. Is it 382?
382.
Okay.
There you go. Right. You got it. And it better be some good lottery numbers. I'm gonna play later on. Thank you, Mr. Calvin, for coming in from Atlanta, Georgia's area. Thank you so much. One of my second homes.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Nate from upstate.
Salute.
Hey, you can't say nothing more here.
No, you're gonna make me go be more on you real quick. I think, yeah.
I never did make it with
Thank you all. Nate! Hang up, Nate. Hang up. So we can close the show. Hang up.
All right.
Thank you. See you Wednesday. We know you're gonna be there. Thank you. Well, extra song. Crete, hello.
Huh?
When you need to do some work, now you look at the screen.
I'm just letting you handle your business.
This man, help me.
Nah, y'all just don't understand. This was just men's view against women's view.
Ain't nobody on here talking but you.
See, y'all was looking for some simps, and it's not even about simp, whatever. This was really somebody caring.
I don't get down like that. Some of these folks that you associate with simp, I ain't looking for no simp. I just say be tactful, street tactics.
You know, I ain't even gonna say nothing, cuz.
I ain't even got the song downloaded to me yet.
I'll send it to you right here in a couple minutes.
Okay. Good night. I'm about to eat me a piece of chicken. It's going to be my schoolwork. Good night, cousin. Call me.
All right, cuz. All right, I will. All right, see y'all.
Bye.